Hey everyone, the numbers are in for Calypso in Panama City Beach for 2023. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. In this video, I'm going to go through what happened in 2023 in the market so we can have some kind of understanding of where pricing will be headed into 2024, especially the spring market. First, though, I'm getting a lot of questions about selling. This is the time of year that a lot of owners will call real estate agents to see about selling if they are. And tell me if you're in this boat, maybe comment in the video below. I'm hearing a lot of, hey, Craig, our HOA fees have gone up substantially. Hey, our insurance rates are going up. Craig, we've been renting really well for a few years, but rental rates were down a little bit in 2023. Hey, Craig, what's going on with the new law in the state of Florida? How does that impact me? What's going on with the new laws, either in PCB or Bay County, specifically for Calypso, Panama City Beach? What do I need to know about that? So a lot of things to talk about in the condo market this year, a lot of things that are going to affect value here locally. So make sure you're staying up with some of our newsletters and things like that. I'm going to talk a lot about that this year. But those of you who are thinking about selling, or even more importantly, if you know someone across the country who may be selling this year, as a good friend, family member, what have you, just someone you want to help, hopefully you remember a few of these statistics when it does come time to sell over the next couple of years. I don't see this changing anytime soon in real estate. So look, a couple of statistics for you. Where did this go? So I'm going to start with this one. Properties marketed with videos have a 28% higher conversion rate than those without. This is the big one, and we're still working on the campaign, so sorry, the message is not quite refined yet. But real estate listings, it should read, real estate listings marketed with video receive 403% more inquiries than those without. That right there should make you stop and realize when it is time to sell real estate anytime in the near future, that you're making sure you're working with a professional that not only knows how to shoot a good video, but how to market that video into all the places it needs to go. The internet really gives a lot of credibility, a lot of importance to video just in general searches. So real estate 123 Main Street that's marketed with video is going to show up more often than something without. That's the simple reason why properties marketed with video receive 403% more inquiries than those without. A couple other statistics for you. Only 37% of real estate agents use videos at all. And I would tell you, at least in our area, that number is even lower for the ones that are doing it well. 75% of buyers consider a virtual tour to be a significant factor in their decision-making process. Think about that. Making sure you have a video or a 3D tour. Think about how you bought the condo that you own, and of course, where you live. Most people don't live in Panama City Beach that are buying these condos. So these statistics, I think, although they're national statistics, it's even that much more important when you're selling condos since so many buyers come from somewhere else. Probably basic for you. Video viewers remember 95% of a message compared to those who just read something. Video is critically important. 51% of home shoppers use YouTube as their number one destination for research. We need a little correction there also. More than half the people shopping or at some point doing their research on YouTube. So that's enough of my video rant. Make sure you're using professional videos when you're marketing your condo for sale. Make sure you're using professional 3D tours. Professional photography should just be a given. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the numbers. I started with looking at Calypso, the Gulf side, separately from the Tower 3 market. I think they're two very different markets still, and I want to show you what I found. I've got them right next to each other. So starting with months of inventory, remember 5 or 6 months of inventory represents a balanced market in real estate. Anything less than 5 or 6 months of inventory is seller's market. So of all the things that happen there that you would expect, price appreciation, units selling faster. Once we're over 6 months of inventory, even drifting into 7, 8 months of inventory can represent a buyer's market. That's where condos take longer to sell. That's where if we stay there too long, you end up seeing price depreciation. So if we look at months of inventory for the Gulfront towers, and again, since we're only analyzing a small subset of data, you're only going to see a point here when there's a sale. So back in July, we were at 11 months of inventory. In September, we were at 15. It's gotten a little bit better. 10 months of inventory down to 5.3 months of inventory in December. So for the units that sold in December, we're down to 5.3 months of inventory on the Gulf side, which is about a neutral market. That's a good thing for pricing. If you look at Tower 3, it's a little bit of a different story. This is a different scale over here, so pay attention. In August, we were at 14 months of inventory, kept creeping up in Tower 3 to 16 months of inventory, no sales in November, but by December, we're at 34 months of inventory. We're not going in the right direction in Tower 3 at the moment from a pricing perspective. Looking at a couple of other statistics that I think help us understand where the market has been recently, this is a ratio of the asking price to the final selling price. If that's a pretty tight number, then you have sellers that aren't really negotiating much and buyers who are pretty motivated. If that's a big spread, then you have sellers who are more motivated. You see buyers who are less motivated to buy, and that's where you could see some prices being pulled down. Right now on the Gulf side, we're at about 97.7%, meaning the asking price is 97, or the sales price is 97.7% of the original asking price. On the Gulf side, not bad, 97.2, 97.1. So for the units that are selling, very, very similar. Days on market on Tower 3 is not bad for the units that are selling, 48 days, 74 days. Days on market on the Gulf side are getting better from 144 days recently down to 48 days. So getting right into some of the sales for this year. I'm going to try to pick up any trends that we can. I've got this organized by date. So starting here at the top, that we had 22 sales in the Gulf side and the Gulf front two towers in 2023. This unit was the one that closed the earliest in the year, and we're just going to kind of run by this way. So trying to pick up any trends, let's start with one bedroom units and just follow pricing for a minute chronologically. One bedroom unit sold for $520,000. This is the one bedroom, two bath with bunks. Early in the year, a little later, $545,000. A drop to $515,000. Of course, condition and floor height, all those things matter. $505,000. $500,000. So look, a nice little trend we can pick up there of $520 up to $545, but then down to $505, $500, back up to $525, $530,000 recently, $510,000 is the most recent. Only one of the 05 units sold in 2023, if I'm reading this right. It sold for $545,000, which I thought was an encouraging sale for pricing, considering we've had some sales as low as $500,000 and $510,000 the one bedrooms. Three bedroom end units started early in the year with a sale at $1,075,000, another sale at $1.1 million. Remember, this is a carryover from the year before, where these units finally broke through over $1 million, especially those ones on the west side. Continuing though with the true end unit three bedrooms, not a ton of sales this year. We picked up another one at $1,038,000 in Tower 1. If you look at the most popular, or at least the most prevalent plan, the two bedroom, two bath with a bunk, which I'll still call this a two bedroom, two bath with a bunk. The owner probably built a closet in, but we know it's the same plan. So starting early in the year, we had a sale at $785,000, $770,000 on that plan, $782,000, $725,000, similar slump as we saw in the one bedroom plan, $735,000, recent sale at $770,000, $785,000, $785,000, $770,000, and I'm pleased to report, if all goes well in the next couple of days, we'll have one actually that closes over $800,000. What I can glean from that, from what you see, especially in the two and three bedrooms, and we're seeing this nationally with pricing, things pulled back somewhat, but pricing has stayed pretty stable, especially this unit that's going to close over $800,000. I mean, it's a unit that's fully renovated in outstanding condition, but high sevens, Low eights now for a really nice unit. There's some price stability there at Calypso on the Gulf side. Tower 3 side is a little bit of a different story. Again, organized chronologically. We'll start with the one bedrooms. This is the most interesting thing, and I think something to be aware of. $475,000, $490,000 sales. We'll go through a couple different plans because the one bedroom, two bath over there, I know there's some differences, but I want to show you what's happened with pricing. 475, 490, 470, 490, 500, 525, sold pretty early in the year. 450,000, numbers coming down a little bit. Also $490,000, 490,000, 495. So at worst right now, we're hovering in the high 400s. And then look what happens. A sale at 399,000. And as you would expect, look at the pricing ever since that one sale hit the board. 450,000, 394,900, 380,000, 387,500. I'll go through the other ones pretty quick. 3 bedrooms, $720,000 sale, $760,000 sale, $677,000 sale. That pricing pulled down probably as a reaction to some of those 1 bedroom sales. $642,000 as a sale, $690,000. And then I think there was only a couple of full 3 sales this year. $800,000, $790,000. I think this was a pretty dramatic year for Tower 3, considering how new that market is and considering how challenging 2023 has been for condo sales in some way. I think this is a year that Tower 3 has been resetting sort of the market, trying to determine what Tower 3 really is and how it fits into the overall market. But again, a more sluggish market in Tower 3. You saw the months of inventory. Gulf side holding pretty stable. One of the most important things to look at as a leading indicator or seeing where things are going to be headed is how many contracts right now do we have pending. That's going to give us a good look at 30, 45 days from now. I'm going to put a link in the video down here to Altos Research. Mike Simonson puts out a video, I believe once a week, watching price trends nationally, but he pulls some statistics I think that a lot of other people aren't talking about, and he's really worth following. Maybe pop in and watch 1 or 2 of his videos here and there if you like to keep up with things, but he's extremely optimistic at the moment about the market going into 2024. He expects maybe, I don't remember if it's 15 or 25% more sales volume. Pricing he feels like should hold and be pretty stable. If not, maybe even move up slightly later in the year, all depending on economic factors, interest rates, all those things. But I'll put a link to the video. His most recent video is extremely optimistic going into the spring season. For us locally, we have 3 units pending at Calypso right now. None of those are in Tower 3. All of those are in Tower 1 and 2. There's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath with a bunk. The asking price is $779. That's pending over in Tower 2, unit 1208. One of the end units is asking $950,000. It's pending. Probably worth noting there, since a lot of the 3 bedroom units have been selling over $1 million. This unit was a spectacular unit. I was very fortunate to be asked to market this one. It's going to be a very, very strong sales price for Calypso going forward. I think a couple ways to interpret this. It is good to see some activity over at Calypso because at the moment, there are only 10 units for sale on the Gulf side. So if 3 are pending, that unit's going to that market's going to probably even strengthen even more. That means there's 35 units for sale in Tower 3. Again, a challenging product to sell right now. So back to what we talked about earlier. Make sure that the videos, 3D tours are part of your marketing package if you want to get attention. There are a lot of good things we're going to be talking about, especially to market to buyers going into the spring. Too many things have been announced recently that are so good for Panama City Beach. Top Golf behind Walmart right here at Pier Park. Dolly Parton's pirate show dinner theater thing is going to be a great thing. Tootsie's moving to Spinnaker, I think, is a big investment in our area by those guys, and maybe even watch out what's going on with La Villa next door. The 27-acre hospital campus is underway. The first building, I think it's how many square feet is it? Give me just a second. It is, just found this out yesterday, 80,000 square feet. Primary care physicians, urgent care, cardiology, and orthopedics already pre-leased there. That's supposed to be opening already. So locally, a lot of good things to talk about, a lot of good things for real estate professionals to talk to buyers about, to encourage them to invest here for the long term. On the flip side, if you're selling in the condo market, it's going to be interesting to see how many people decide to sell this spring after a really, really, really good number of years in the condo market because of all the things we talked about earlier. So far, we don't have a flood of inventory across the beach. Calypso, again, the Gulf Front Towers, you could probably be a little more ambitious with your pricing at the moment. The market looks good. In Tower 3, marketing is going to be that much more important. Make sure you've got the videos, 3D tours, all being marketed, and you're going to have to get extremely honest with pricing, and either make a decision on working through this real estate investment and holding it maybe for some time, or if you're really wanting to get out for whatever reason, getting really competitive on your price. So I know that's a lot, but I always like in the end of year videos to go through and try to give you as much information as I can. Again, I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.